Hello everyone. So now looking at this example here, it says let f be an increasing function defined as f of x is equal to x cubed plus 2x squared plus 4x plus 5, where f of negative 1 equals 2. If g is the inverse of f, what is g prime of 2? Okay, so g and f are inverses, and we're asking for g prime of 2. So now before I get started with trying to use all these pieces of information, I just need to write down what even is the definition of the derivative of the inverse function, right? So I'm just going to write down what the derivative of the inverse function even is before I use these other additional pieces about f and f of negative 1 is 2 and so on and so forth. Okay, so I'm just going to write that down. So g prime of 2 is equal to... And so I'm going to change this as f inverse prime of 2, okay, because hopefully you just agree with me that g of x is equal to f inverse of x, right, because they're inverses. Okay, so this is just a slight change of notation. And so now this is going to be 1 over f prime of f inverse of 2. Okay, so I haven't done anything totally new yet, right? I just used the definition of the derivative of the inverse function. And all I did here is, instead of reading it as g prime of 2, trying to use that derivative of the inverse function definition, I just rewrote g as f inverse. Okay, using that notation. So now my next step is to figure out what f inverse of 2 is. But don't we know what that is? Because we know what f of negative 1 equals 2, right? So if f of negative 1 equals 2, then f inverse of 2 is equal to negative 1, right? Using that fact. So now this is going to be equal to 1 over f prime. Oh, not f inverse, sorry. F prime of negative 1. Okay. So now I just need to figure out what the derivative of f is at negative 1. Well, wasn't I given what the function f is? I was, right? So now I just need to compute the derivative of f and plug in negative 1, and then I'm all set. So here, I'm going to say that the derivative is equal to 3x squared plus 4x plus 4, right? And then now plugging in negative 1 into that function, I get 3 times negative 1 squared plus 4 times negative 1 plus 4. So this is equal to 3 minus 4 plus 4, which is equal to negative 1. No, it's not. Negative 1 plus 4, which is 3. Okay, so now going back up, this is just equal to 1/3. And so this is our final answer here.